They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Edwards. He's past the sticks. Across the 40 outbound and the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Between the hashes, it's carry-on. What a play to get it inside the red zone. They are set up at the 17. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Out wide right, it's carry-on. And he fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners!
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent who's really helping out this offense.
And he made the extra point without problem. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Makes the quick grab. At the 35, he's loose. There he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Oregon. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Inside his own 15, looking for room. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is not short of the 25. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuff both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
They stop him immediately, flying down the field, and get to him before he can even get started. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays.
Here's more to throw. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. They're working that left side. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's 1st down.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Moore, play action. Unloads it left. Got his man downfield. Turning it on. Into the house. Touchdown, Ducks.
And really nice job seeing the middle of the field, seeing I can go deep and attack the middle of the field. And you can tell he runs a post, falls right on him, catches the football, and then gets to gallop right into the end zone for a touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Fighting off the defender. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Once you start getting closer to the end zone, you start bringing in more big bodies, right? They're going to run the football more. The field shrinks. I can run different coverages, but really nice job saying, that's fine. You bring in the big bodies. I'm going to toss the ball in the perimeter for a nice positive game.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. The Sooners want to pick up the... And he's in! Touchdown!
Quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts such a good spot. Puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he added the extra point. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gonna run it. It's Davison. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Push is ahead. Can't get him to the ground. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. The handoff. Plows through the defense. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Sends it back in motion. Throwing more. Myers on the move. Timed that hit perfectly to keep it from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. Now here's more. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they're just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short.
Here we go. Ready. Go.
Trying to get the corner. He'll keep it on 2nd down. Scoops it up. Still a live ball. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the 1st down marker.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. Right side, it's Thomas. Crosses the 40. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a run.
Playing the option man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Trying to slip through and pick it up. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
And the Sooners are rolling down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. And he's brought down after a short gain. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Jackson will throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll run the screen. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Handoff to the single back. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the carry on 3rd down. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Here's the give off the left side.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties. They keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
Dante Moore still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. He's knocked down, short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Now Oregon will call it 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. He takes a chance and fires it across the field. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the 1st half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Changing the routes with his receiver. Tells the run, lost a pass. Looking deep down the right side. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Bringing it back. He's at the 40.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Waning seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. East line set just inside the right upright. And it's a deadlock here in the 3rd quarter after the field goal. That's going to wrap up the 1st half. Here and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin our coverage with Alabama taking on the number 9 team, the Michigan Wolverines. And it's the Crimson Tide who are rewarded for feeding their star. For some reason, he plays better at home, and this team plays better at home, as they did today. They now sit at a sterling 5-0 on the season, keeping their unbeaten streak going.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll open this 3rd quarter with a run.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. attention. Social media certainly does. Inside, Matt.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense
Snags it, and he's open. Past the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! With that, they grab the lead here in the second half.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into the game.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
There he goes. He's up the 50. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown. Wow. Once he got some room, it was over.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone. You love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Rushes on. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the big fella. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
Come on, defense. What are we doing? I mean, you can't miss this guy. He's like literally the biggest dude on the field. That time completely wide open. That's way too easy for the offense. He caught the football. There was nobody even near him. Someone on defense has to locate this guy. They've got to communicate to each other if they're passing off in coverage. You can't let that guy be that wide open.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push and just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
And here comes the offense on second down. Here's more to throw. The quick out. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And that's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into, and you want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Moore to the air. Back's got it on the screen. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2. And, man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Back has it. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. Touchdown, Oregon! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. And now this offense needs a late fourth quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Running inside. It's Edwards. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down.
Well, you got 3rd and California, not a lot of play calls for that, so they go with the safe run, and a nice job getting a lot of the yardage back. Obviously, you don't get the first down. You either do two things. One, you help out the punter here, or if you decide to go for it and you trust your quarterback in your passing game, let's find out what this coach wants to do.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. He turns that loose down the right side. Oh, it's picked off. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's dropped.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that field goal? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Play clock was down to 2 seconds, but they call a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge 3rd down. They'll run him again. Runs through a tackle. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Giving up that last field goal really ratchets up the sense of urgency for the offense on this drive. Oh, pressure's coming. He's got it! A huge play. They get him all the way to the 45-yard line. The Sooners will hustle with the line. It's Edwards. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and, of course, the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. From the 30-yard line on first down. Gets the back moving. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Turns it upfield. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up second and 4. The Sooners in a good spot here with second and short.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Offense in a bunch formation. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Straight ahead, it's Edwards. Makes a man miss. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Sooners. Give him 3 touchdowns in this game, and now up to 8 on the season.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now, you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. One possession game, getting late. First order of business, just take care of the football.
So we call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
Just feeds the running back. Bring him down. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. The brain trust getting crossed together for this big third down coming up.
That's a really good job by this defense because second and short a lot of times, you're thinking pass. You're thinking they're going to try to make that big play because they're set up in a good spot. They did a great job still getting penetration, shutting down the run. Now, third and short time. Probably expecting another run again. Who's going to be the most physical team?
Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be fourth down. The Sooners call timeout, and that's their last one. Now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. Pass to first down marker, and down he goes, and that ought to wrap this one up.
And, man, that puts this thing away. The QB comes up with another play. Plenty of plays to point to throughout this game, but this one right here ends it. Late in the game, they put it in his hands, and Palmer, he finds a way to get it done.
And you know his play caller was telling him in the headset before the snap, hey, if it's not open, take off and go get it. It's this W right now. You can do it with your legs.